Sentai, Zyuranger!
Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger episode review. This time it is episode 12, Papa's a Vampire, which is the right way of saying it because there's a question mark at the end. They're not even sure about their own title. But yeah, this is another Kid of the Week episode. It's going to be focusing on Dan, I think it was. And, well, without giving too much more away, let's get into the episode. The episode opens with Totopat spying on some women as he laments that despite being a vampire, he has never tasted blood before, so now is the time to drink as much as he can. He tries to get one woman, but misses, and her screams attract a young girl with a baseball bat. Unable to find Totopat, she decides to report it to the police. Dan is walking along when he sees the girl chasing a cop with a baseball bat, shouting at him that he should be looking for the monster right away. Dan stops her, asking if she really saw a monster. As she answers yes, the cop comes back, explaining that she is his daughter, Michi, and she exaggerates a lot and she probably just saw a dog. Michi wants her dad to solve a big case so he can be promoted to detective. Meanwhile, on the moon, Bandora moans that Grifforza and Buckback are always sleeping before she goes to find Pleplecorn, asking about her new monster. She's told it is ready as a load of eyeballs float into the room and form Dora Argus, a monster that will never sleep, so she sends it to Earth to help Totopat. Dan is still helping Michi hunt for the monster as she spots one of Dora Argus' floating eyes, which she starts chasing after. Catching up to it in the woods, she studies it closely before turning to leave, but she is captured by a beam from the eye and ends up finding a vampire, her dad. Being released, she drops to her knees and is about to have her blood drunk by Totopat when she's found by Boy and May riding around on a motorbike. Dan arrives as well and Michi tells them her dad is the monster. Geki and Goosh start watching her dad and find nothing strange, which upsets Michi as she wishes he could be the way he was and not a vampire. The Rangers are moved by her tears and vow to discover the truth. Dora Argus sends an eye out again, this time finding and capturing Dan and Michi together. Finding themselves in the same place as before, they both see Michi's dad as a feeding vampire, before he attacks Dan and turns into some floating eyes. Dan escapes the area after using his lances and realises the real culprits are Totopat and Dora Argus. The other Rangers arrive as Totopat reveals Michi is still trapped in the hallucination where her dad is a vampire. She thinks he is under a spell of some kind and wants to wake him up. Pulling a cross on a chain out of her pocket, she runs to him and holds up the cross, but he knocks it away and goes to bite her. The Rangers transform and fight Dora Argus as Totopat runs away. The Rangers surround Dora Argus, but he attacks them all with beams from his eyes. Forming the Howling Cannon, the Rangers attack, sending eyes flying. But they quickly reform back into Dora Argus, who then sends the Rangers flying. Dan realises the large eye he saw before must be controlling the rest of the body. Totopat is desperate for the girl's blood, removing her from Dora Argus, and is about to drink from her as he is shot by Dan. He races to Michi, telling her that her dad is not a vampire. He then uses his Tricera lance to destroy the main eye of Dora Argus. Bandora sends down her wand to make her monster grow, and the Rangers summon the Guardian Beasts, forming the Dino Tanker and blasting the monster before transforming to Daijujin. Calling for Godhorn, they aim for the main eye with Super Legends Lightning Cut, destroying Dora Argus. Later, they are with Michi and see her dad holding a woman in his arms, and it looks like when he was a vampire earlier, but he's just helping a woman who had been feeling lightheaded. As the woman thanks him and walks away, Michi chases her dad with a bat before he carries her off on his back. Well, that was another episode done. And for the Power Rangers fans checking out the Zyuranger versions, they may notice a very, very familiar enemy this time. Dora Argus was Aye Guy. And I have to say, like, going through these episodes again, quite often I'm thinking it's Dora something. Dora the Explorer. I don't know. I can't remember because they're kind of. I mean, okay, you've got Dora Minotaur, and what last week we had Jin, which is Genie. Okay, that was easy enough. But this one, I mean, I think it was Dora Argus. We've had, I think next one is Dora Ladon or Dora Ladon. I mean, yeah, they're all Bandora monsters, so call them Dora something. But it's they're not that. I mean, you look at Power Rangers, Pudgy Pig. We all know Pudgy Pig. Aye Guy. We've literally just had it. Aye Guy. He's just eyes. So yeah, there were so many memorable names of these monsters from Zyuranger. I do think Power Rangers did a great job of naming them. I do like that much. One thing I don't remember from Power Rangers, however, that's gone into in this episode, is that Totopat is a vampire. Although he doesn't seem to drink much blood. He even says in this episode, "Oh, I'm a vampire. I have vampire blood in me, but I haven't had a chance to drink any bloods of any human blood." So, what blood is he drinking? Is he drinking Buckback's blood? Is that why they're both so stupid? And incompetent? I mean, does he wait till Grafforza goes for a nap and is like, just have a little sip? I don't know, I mean, he doesn't even... Does he have fangs? I can't remember. But yeah, for a vampire, he seems to be very... useless? I mean, okay, kids show, bad guys have to be pretty useless to excuse the good guys winning every single time. It's understandable. You can get away with that. But yeah, it's... like I say, I watched Power Rangers every episode when I was a kid. I loved it. I mean, everything you see behind me is all secondhand, with the exception of Osama Sentai King Oja. I never got any of this stuff as a kid, as much as I wanted to. Oh, and that's new, and the Funko Pop Minis are new. That's it. So King Oja, the Legacy Morpher, and the Funko Pop Minis. The rest of it is all secondhand. I bought this over the years, mainly because I've gone into the Sentai. You can see that Megazord there, Daijujin, is adorned with the Japanese stickers instead of the American ones. I do think it looks better than that. I like the show accurateness of it. But going back to the episode, Aye Guy, absolutely iconic enemy from when I was a kid. It's one of those designs that just stays with you for so many years. You just remember it like that monster made up of eyeballs. Like Pudgy Pig. It's it's a pig in a Roman helmet or Greek helmet, I think it might have been. So, they've got that down pat. It's nice to have Dan getting in episodes. Trying to think of who's I should really do like a chart of like who's had what episode. I may have to go back through the first batch. Like I know, like the first episode, no one really had anything. I don't think anyone really had a focused episode for the first 6 episodes. Well, for the first 5 episodes, because it did focus a lot on Geki for the 6th episode when he found the crystals that allowed them to summon all the Guardian Beasts and combine them into Dino Tanker and Daijujin. And then it's sort of taken turns of which Ranger since then. Any other thoughts on the episode? Well, what kind of cop lets his kid go around with a baseball bat and even chase him with a baseball bat? Doesn't sound like he's going to be winning Dad of the Year to me. And also, when she grows up, is that how she's going to go dating? Just like taking the baseball bat around? Oi, you! Caveman style, or cave woman style, you're my boyfriend now, donk. You know, I, I guess it is because, baseball is popular in Japan. I think we do get a few episodes with baseball in over the different series. I can't think of one in Zyuranger off the top of my head. But yeah, it appears. It appears. But yeah, other than I Guy, obviously her dad was never a vampire, just not a very good cop. He's a friendly cop. He's hardly the cop of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Last Action Hero, running out and chasing down bad guys, blowing things up, and all the rest. What cop is? Okay, but better example. He's not exactly like Shaun of the. No, sorry, Hot Fuzz. I was thinking Simon Pegg, getting the wrong film there. But he's hardly like Simon Pegg levels of Hot Fuzz coppering. He's, giving people directions, helping a lady that's passed out. You don't really see him do like a lot of cop stuff. But, I guess it just shows it's peaceful in that part of Japan. And obviously Michi wants her dad to do better and get promoted, and guess she wants more money for him. So he can buy her more baseball bats or a better quality baseball bat. But yeah, there's, like I say, the only real development we get is, we see Grafforza and Buckback napping, and that's pretty much all they seem to do that I remember. Which is why they've got I Guy. I love the fact that Bandora's like, Pleplecorn, where's my monster? And he's like, it's already ready. I think, yeah, Pleplecorn definitely talks back to Bandora a lot more than Finster talked back to Rita. Finster was more sort of groveling, oh yes, my queen. Whereas Pleplecorn's like, yeah, you can't rush art. This is my art. You don't rush it. Or, yes, this is my monster. This is my artwork. It's already done. It's all ready for you. So yeah, Pleplecorn does sort of have a bit more attitude, which I like. I don't, I never really liked the groveling, sniveling. I suppose it makes Rita seem a bit more evil in the Power Rangers version than Bandora, despite the fact Bandora's the one worshipping Satan. But yeah, so there's not much in the way of development other than knowing now that Totopat is a vampire and doesn't really drink blood. But we've had another iconic villain, so we've now had Minotaur, we've had Pudgy Pig, and now we've got I Guy. So we'll see how many more ones that I remember from Power Rangers as a kid. And yeah. But until then, I will see you guys next week. See you again.